All right, Marcus from Heeltoe Automotive here, and I'm going to do a little bit of a vlog today. I don't really do a lot of vlogging, but I'd like to get into it because, you know, the weekend comes around, and between the TSX and baloney that I do with the S2000 and the NSX, I feel like you guys would be interested just to see like some of the little stuff that goes on here. We're here in my home garage. And it's obviously a pretty big garage, and all these cars are stuffed inside, and they all kind of take their turn in this area where the lift is. And right now the TSX is here. I got to lift this car up. We need to do an oil change. I may or may not do that right now, but one of the main things I really got to get going here is swapping these brand new Desmond Regamaster EVO II wheels onto here. And these Manaray Sport MS-6s are actually destined for the NSX over here. Recently put some wheel spacers on here to bump out the OE wheels, but ultimately the MS-6s are supposed to go over here. So in the back, these are 9.5-inch wheels. And the plan is to throw those in the back on the NSX. These wheels have very little clearance, so I'm going to have to use probably some kind of a spacer over here. And then also the tires, the front tires here, I'm going to need to mount those on these wheels. And I've got two other Falken FK510s back at the shop. So, you know, ultimately, the goal is to get these onto here, but those tires onto here. But then I kind of want to see how these wheels fit over there too. So anyway, there's just a pretty good handful of swapping around that needs to be done. Shit, that's dangerous. There's a pretty good handful of swapping around that needs to be done. So just thought you guys might like to partake in some of that. All right, obviously having a lift in the garage is a blessing when you got to pull the car up off the ground. But with this TSX in particular, it takes a little bit of work raising it up. The side skirts are pretty deep. Those are Mugen side skirts, and the way these lift arms are configured, well, first of all, I can barely, they won't even go underneath right here. So I got to raise the car just to get them underneath there. And then to make it even worse, I've got to spin these up almost all the way, just so that they can go up underneath the side skirt. Because if I don't, then, you know, then the side skirts get smashed. So, yeah, I go for about a 2-finger spacing between the pad and the arm, which obviously makes it, I have to lift the car so much farther up just to get it going. And normally I roll up on some ramps in the front, so I think I'll probably do that first. Yeah, I got these old Takata slopes. They sell them under a bunch of different names now, but originally Takata had them. At least that's when I got those. All right, I'm going to start the car and back it up a little bit. Are you kidding me? Did I not record any of what I just did? All right, well, I swapped the Manaray MS-6s over to the NSX, and with a 5mm spacer, it looks like these are going to fit really good in the back, which makes me very happy, actually. These are, again, 18 by 9.5 plus 38 with a 5mm spacer, so it's an effective 33mm offset. And the tire size is 265, 38, 35, 18. I don't think that's quite the right size. So I'll probably have to get new tires for the back. And in lieu of actually having the properly sized 17s for the back, for the front, I mean, I went ahead and threw the 18s on here just to see what kind of spacer was needed here. And a 5mm spacer does give me just enough room in there. Properly sized diameter will give me more clearance, I'm sure. And it looks like I'll be able to fit inside the fender there. May need a little bit of extra negative camber, I'm not sure. But this look, I love it. These wheels are from the same era as this car, and I think that they will complement very well. As long as we don't have this comically huge front wheel, I think we'll look great. Yeah, it is definitely too big, but hey, I'm glad I tried it. So now I got to pop these off, take the tires off, mount the tires on the Regamasters. I'm going to have the rears just sort of hanging around until I can maybe one day find a set of 17s. So, like I said, if you have a line on some 17-inch Manaray MS-6s, let me know. Not the Hyper R version, I don't really want those. But yeah, meanwhile, I think the next thing is going to be getting this bad boy back on the ground with her new shoes. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a vlog. It didn't quite go as intended. I cut out some content that I meant to have. Still getting used to the GoPro game. But hey, you know what? I got plenty of stuff here to work on. There's plenty more opportunity to share some of my car adventures with you guys. Even this CRX is kind of like the gem over here, hidden. I know you all want to see something to go with that. But yeah. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be happy to respond. Even if you have some like terrible flaming things, I've got pretty thick skin, so try your best. But really, let's just try to be nice, actually.